These are the only 3 Parfums de Marly fragrances that are full bottle worthy. We're going to start with Percival. This was my first ever niche fragrance purchase, and I don't regret it one bit. To me, Percival really stands alone in terms of blue fragrances. To me, there's really nothing else like it, but that doesn't mean that it's not mass appealing. The way I would describe Percival is you have the blue shower gel type of scent profile, very familiar, very recognizable, but then you just add a massive punch of black pepper and fresh spiciness to it. In my opinion, this is the fuckboy Parfums de Marly fragrance. This is the Sauvage Parfums de Marly fragrance. If you're a very confident guy, if you're a very boisterous guy, then to me, this would be what I would recommend you get. Another way I like to think about Percival is like if you did a niche fragrance take on like an Axe body spray. Now, bear with me. I know you're probably used to thinking of Axe body spray when you're in the gym and somebody just goes and I want you to think about like the smell of Axe body spray and just how it has that like almost sharp spiciness to it. This fragrance has the exact same thing. This is the gaudy, this is the fuckboy Parfums de Marly fragrance. So if you're into fuckboy fragrances, if you like Sauvage, if you like those really, really loud, masculine, almost douchebaggy fragrances, or that's how they get categorized at least. I don't know you. I don't know, whatever. If you're into those type of scent profiles, there we go. It was my first ever niche fragrance. And so, it's usually the one I recommend whenever someone's asked me what niche fragrance they should buy for their first niche. Percival. Next, it's going to be Parfums de Marly Layton. And despite having a very, very similar color and bottle style to Percival, Layton is completely different. Layton is actually a niche scent profile. When you smell it, you're going to say, I've never smelled anything like that before in my life. To me, I would describe it as like a hypnotic, slightly fruity vanilla parfait. It doesn't really, that description doesn't really do it justice. It's just so thick and rich. I don't know how else to really describe it. It's heavy. It's strong. It's a stunning fragrance. It truly is masterpiece level quality work here. If you're brand new into fragrances, it might be a little off-putting if the only things you've ever smelled are very popular designer fragrances. I think the first time you smell Layton, you may kind of be like, whoa, like I'm not sure if I like that or not. And that was my first reaction to it personally. But after time went on, I was just like, man, I have to get some of this stuff for myself. I have to get the full-size bottle. I've never smelled anything like this, not only in the fragrance game, but also like in nature. This isn't a smell that kind of mimics anything common or natural. It's a scent profile that kind of strikes you because of how unfamiliar it is, but also it's just rich and beautiful and stunning. Like this is a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. Like I want you to just picture like a big bowl of Greek yogurt and you add a bunch of like apple and blueberry into it, and then you drizzle honey over the entire thing and you coagulate it all together, and then you take that and you put that into a fragrance. That's what Layton smells like. To me, it's a year-round wear. I like it more in the colder weather. I just think it's a little bit more appropriate in the colder weather. That's kind of where I reach for it more. But absolutely gorgeous, stunning fragrance. To me, I would say this is like the first true niche, where something like Percival is kind of like entry level, still very mass appealing. Layton takes you to the next level and really gets you into that, okay, this is really, really different and interesting. It is fabulous. It is fantastic. It is basically the flagship Parfums de Marly fragrance for a damn good reason. I love this stuff, and I honestly couldn't endorse it any higher. And the third fragrance that I'm going to put on this list, and this is the one where I feel like a lot of people are probably going to disagree with me because it's a polarizing fragrance from Parfums de Marly. This is Haltane. No one really hypes up Haltane. Haltane doesn't really get the love that a lot of the other fragrances in this line does. But in my opinion, this is the best Parfums de Marly fragrance. If you ever have thought about how fragrances sometimes smell like colors, for example, if you smell something that has orange in it, it reminds you of the color orange. If you smell something with blueberry, it reminds you of the color blue. This would be like a dark forest green. To me, it's the super fresh, rich, dense, woody fragrance. There's some oud in here as well. To me, it's a very mass appealing oud. It's not a dirty oud. It's not animalic. It's not one of those fragrances that smells like a barnyard. It's hard for me to even determine like what in this is oud. I don't really get a lot of it. It doesn't smell like stinky to me, but to be fair, it's all subjective. I've heard people say that Haltane smells like a tire, like a rubber tire, and I kind of get what they mean by it. There's like a pine and saffron element to this fragrance as well that makes it borderline Christmassy, but it's like Christmas adjacent. I think it's perfect in December because it's like it's almost there, but it's not something that you smell and you're like, oh, that smells like a gingerbread house, or that smells like a Christmas tree. It's in that realm. It has elements of that, but that's not what this is. The performance on this is fantastic. It's really strong. I do think I go nose blind to this after a while. I get compliments like this all the time. This to me is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And like I said, this is a fragrance that not a lot of people talk about. It's not a fragrance that gets a lot of love, especially in the Parfums de Marly line where you've got Layton and Percival and Sedley and Castley and Greenlee. The reason why a lot of those fragrances didn't make this list is because I feel like, number one, a lot of them are redundant, or I feel like there are better versions of it. Like, I'll give you an example. You have something like Althair. Okay, there's a million dupes of it. There's a million clones of it. You know, not only the Middle Eastern fragrances cloning it, but other niche and designer fragrances doing that type of vanilla thing. It's a fantastic fragrance, but to me, like, it doesn't need to be full bottle worthy because you're just able to get so many worthy alternates of it. And then I think about something like Pegasus. Pegasus, another one. It's a beautiful vanilla, floral, fresh fragrance. But to me, I think that the Amouage Reflection is just a better version of that exact fragrance. So to me, those are fragrances that I think there are alternatives to. And to be fair, you could say that about some of the fragrances that I brought up today, including Haltane, which I put at number 1. People say that this smells a lot like Initio's Oud for Greatness. But in my opinion, Oud for Greatness is just like, that is a powerful oud fragrance. Like, that smells borderline stinky to me, where this is like fresh and mass appealing. That oud is toned down. It's a lot more approachable. This is to me, it's just a lot more wearable. People are gonna like this. I think if I put this on a tester strip and I put the alternatives to this fragrance on a tester strip and I went and blind sampled people in the street, I think people would pick this every single time. The honorable mention, in my opinion, goes to Sedley, but like I said, it's blue freshy. It's obviously different. There's gonna be different nuances to every single fragrance. But to me, you know, that blue, fresh, citrusy fragrance, you know, it's just a very redundant scent profile. So it's kind of hard for me to say like, yeah, that one is full bottle worthy more so than some of the ones that you saw on this list. And Greenlee, I mean, like I said, I love Parfums de Marly. It's one of my favorite fragrance brands ever, but Greenlee is the most overrated fragrance in the entire line. I'm sorry. I know there's some Greenlee lovers. People think that that fragrance is literally spectacular, one of their favorites of all time, and whatever. If that's their opinion, that's cool. I think it's just super overrated. To me, it just smells like Bath & Body Works green hand soap. Like, it's the most simple, redundant, like, not exciting scent profile to me ever. And I say that as someone who loves green fragrances. I love Haltane. I love green Irish tweed. I love polo green. But Greenlee just did not do it for me. It was a little bit of a disappointing experience, and that's just my opinion. So yeah, these are the 3 fragrances from the Parfums de Marly line that I think are full bottle worthy. These are the 3 fragrances that I have full bottles of in my own collection. Let me know what your favorite Parfums de Marly fragrances are down in the comment section below. I know that there's going to be people that jump in there and throw out Ojan and Carlisle and some of these other ones that like Haltane, don't get as much love and talked about online as compared to some of the other ones. So let me know what you think about this list and some of the other Parfums de Marly fragrances in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a like, subscribe, comment, do all those fun stuff, all those free things, all those things that cost you nothing to support this channel and help me out. It would mean a lot to me. So thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you in the very next video. Peace.